guys, what's up? Shadow here, and welcome back to Fallout 4 VR! Right, as I discussed last time, this time we're gonna cleanse the Commonwealth and get some more artifacts, basically to get ourselves a level up so we can get the Armorer perk level 2 and craft ourselves some new weapons. No, armor of course. But today I'll be talking a lot about something, and if you've been paying attention, you might know what that something is. I'm of course talking about Fallout 76. There's been the E3 conference, obviously the E3 where they presented a little bit more about Fallout 76. I watched it, and then I rewatched it, and first, I have to say, the first time I watched it, I was kind of disappointed. I really was. And then, the second time around, I came around to it a little bit. You know? And we're just gonna go through the whole thing. I mean, if you haven't seen it, the announcement, the press conference, go and watch it. It's on YouTube. It's very interesting. They show a lot of footage, some of them certainly in-game footage. Some scenes I'm not sure if they're actually in-game or pre-rendered, I have no idea. But it looks interesting. But yeah, we'll go through the major points, and I'll tell you what I think about it. Right now I'm like 50-50 on the whole deal. I think it could be a great game, but it could also be disastrously bad. And on what that is dependent, well, I'll tell you in a second. After I fisticuff these ghouls. Yeah. Go away, I want to talk with the guys. Leave me alone. Oh damn, I'm dying. Jesus Christ, that's not good. Stimpak? Whew, that was close. Oh boy! That could almost have killed me. Holy shit! That was way too fucking close. You know you want to talk about something and then you get ambushed by frickin' ghouls. How galling is that? Alright, anyway. So, the first thing that is mentioned in the press conference is that Fallout 76 is going to be 4 times as big as Fallout 4, and that you will be living in Vault 76, obviously, and this is one of the earliest vaults to open. And it's, I think in other sources it's called a control group vault, which means this vault does not have some hokey experiments going on. So it's really one of these standard vaults with no problems. And what that basically means, because it opens earlier than other vaults, this means that Fallout 76 is going to be a prequel from the time setting. You know, it's going to play before all of this. This has a few implications. It means that the wasteland is wilder than ever before. Meaning, and what I'm saying right now, most of it is speculation or my own observation, so I will tell you if something is a fact that they stated that, and everything else is going to be speculation. So what I think that means is barely any NPCs. I mean, he said at one point, the other players, or the other characters you meet are other players. That's something he said. So, probably not many NPCs, a lot of wild creatures, and probably no big settlements. So no Nuketown, no New Vegas, no Diamond City, nothing like that. Because it's your job to reclaim. Oh, shit. Whoopsie. It's your job to reclaim the wasteland, right? And first of all, bigger maps, obviously, I dig that. That's good. But there's a little bit of a caveat to that. the thing is, Bethesda always in the past had problems with, well, with their releases. They released buggy games, they released things that weren't 100% optimized. I mean, I remember like the first month or so of Fallout 4 was kind of terrible. It crashed all the time, there was things that were not working correctly, it was a mess. And now they're telling us, oh, we're just going to give you a map that's 4 times as big, and there's not going to be any problem with that. I'm a bit skeptical about that. But of course they also said they're going to do beta testing, so that would counteract that a little bit. But yeah, you know, all in all, bigger map equals more fun, potentially. I'm gonna stay positive on that. So I think that's very good. I mean, 4 times as big, and it's probably gonna be more wastelandish because there's not as much civilization as here. So you're probably not gonna run into a raider camp every 15 meters, right? So yeah. And the next big thing, obviously, the one thing that most people are having quarrels about is the multiplayer thing. And this is all based on what was said on the press conference. It was said it was an online only. That doesn't mean multiplayer only. It does mean that you have to be online to play it, which has its own implications. For example, I'm not 100% sure how he said something about dedicated servers that the game would be running on. I'm not quite sure if that means that I can have my own dedicated server and run this thing for indefinite. Because if not, then one of the biggest problems, obviously, is going to be that when the game does not run very well, if it's past its life cycle, it will shut down, right? Or, of course, if there is a server outage, you'll not be able to play. If your internet cuts out, you'll not be able to play. There's a lot of these things that the online brings that can be very, very annoying to a normal player. But yeah, as I said, it's multiplayer. It is multiplayer. It is thought of as a multiplayer game, but he said you can play it solo. Now, what I think that means is that you can go on a server in some sort and say, I want to play solo on here. I'm not quite sure how that exactly is going to work. I mean, take for example Space Engineers. There I can say I want to make this, I can make a server, I can buy a server and then say, okay, this is password protected, only me and my friends can go on this server. Or it's a private server, it's only for me, right? I mean, if that is the case, I think a lot of the criticism that, oh, it's a multiplayer, it's an MMORPG, I think, no, that's not quite true. But there's a few things that I have the feeling that they left out of that whole you can play solo explanation. Mainly, that's something he said is the optimal way to play is with friends, right? So, in my mind, does that mean that playing it... oh, do I need more right away? Jesus. Holy crap. Alright, let's get some water. And some crisps. Sorry, I need to deal with my hunger right now. Because apparently I'm extremely hungry. So yeah. Oh god, now I lost my train of thought here. Let me feed myself, I'm gonna get back to you. Roasted Mirelurk meat, that's what I was looking for. There we go, now I only need to sleep. So yeah, that is not quite clear yet how this whole solo play is gonna work. But as I said, you said multiplayer is the way to go, but what that made the question for me is, does that mean that single player is going to be significantly more difficult? Oh crap, that's this level. Oh yeah, okay, I remember this level. Damn, I don't see any way to save right now. That's kind of awkward. So yeah, I mean, I for sure are gonna play a solo world if I can. But if enough of my friends have the game, then I might also do a server with friends, which could be very fun. But if it's that way, that the single player approach is way more difficult, then yeah, that's kind of unsatisfying, don't you think? But yeah, we cannot really tell much about that yet. But the solo player, of course, the multiplayer thing has a lot more
Security's too tight.
problems, and of course also bonuses. I mean, the obvious bonuses, if you have a very good group of friends, I mean, damn, it's Fallout with friends. What is better than that? But of course, if you're on a server with people who are not as friendly, well, there will be PvP. And inherently, there's nothing wrong with PvP. But as somebody who has played on lots of PvP servers in World of Warcraft, I can tell you, PvP makes people become, oh damn it, assholes. Woo! I didn't expect that. Woo! Oh baby. PvP tends to make assholes out of people.
Head over there.
Because sometimes people just absolutely forget all manners. And not only manners, but sometimes people deliberately choose to be a dick. You know? There we go. There we go. For example, I have played on a lot of PvP servers in World of Warcraft, and it doesn't matter what you were doing if you're in a, oh damn it, in a low-level open PvP zone, you will get ganked over and over again by high-level players. Because there's always, it doesn't matter if it's on Horde or Alliance side, there's always that one asshole that finds it very funny to go to low-level zones and basically camp your corpse. And, you know, it's all in the game spirit in some way, but still, it's not very funny for the person it's happening to, right? So, that got me wondering, will there be some sort of balance to ensure that people who are very high level, and leveling was mentioned, so there is some sort of character progression. You know, what guarantees that a high-level player can't just take over the whole server? Is there a guarantee for that? How is that going to work? That's a question that I couldn't really answer from what was said, you know, but I think that's something that will be proven in the game itself by game mechanics. I really hope that there is going to be some kind of combat mechanic. Maybe it's the nukes. Of course, there was a mention of nukes that you could drop on each other's head. That sounded fun, but also a bit crazy. So I'm not sure what I should think about that. Oh, damn, that was kind of stupid. Woo! Is there anywhere a mattress I could sleep on? Woo! Dog! But yeah, you know, all in all, I'm in favor of the multiplayer as long as it remains as optional as they tell us it is. But yeah, we'll see about that. Of course, another aspect of the online multiplayer aspect is that it will change some aspects of the game. Some very core aspects of the game, nonetheless. I'm talking about two things in specific. Mainly, dying, which in Fallout 4, or general in Fallout, is a game over state, right? If you die, it's over, you need to reload and do it again. Of course, in online, that's not a possibility. God damn it. Oh boy. Of course, that's not an option in an online multiplayer game. You cannot save. You cannot save, you cannot pause, Mom. That's not possible. And that means that death is gonna have a completely different value in that game. It's gonna be a respawn system. I mean, that's something they said at the press conference. Death doesn't mean you lose your progression. Okay. I personally find that a little bit sad, because death was always, especially in survival, was that looming shadow over your head that made you duck at every enemy. It made you afraid of doing certain things.
Hey.
Let me trade real quick. And it really put the fear in you, right? And that will be gone, obviously. There won't be anything like that anymore, because you will have to respawn.
Perfect.
It's multiplayer. Even if you play solo, you probably will have to respawn. You don't have, I call it permadeath, but you cannot die and reload. That's gonna be gone, most likely. And also, for that matter, I'm not saying it's gone, but I cannot imagine that they would put it in fast traveling. I mean, yeah, right now I'm playing a mode where fast travel is not an option either, so I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, it takes away some very, very big concepts that people might have been used to. So I wonder how this is going to go. I'm not quite sure if people who don't play survival mode actually want to walk from place to place, you know? In a map that's 4 times as big as before. So, yeah, I really don't know how that's gonna work. And if quick travel is an option, if somebody sees an enemy approaching before he's in combat, can he just quick travel? Just like, oh, I'm gone, you can't kill me. Or can he, even better, can he log off? You know, in Diablo 2, there was hardcore servers, right? So if your character dies, it gets deleted, essentially. No, it's still there, but you cannot play it anymore. So what people did, they came up with a program that read the data from the game, and as soon as your life reached 0, or
really
rather
strong.
1, it basically kicked you out of the game, thus saving your character. So, yeah, I wonder if there's going to be some very cheeky things. I mean, you can get around that easily. I want to be fair here to Bethesda. I'm pretty sure they have thought about this as well. They know that that might be a problem. So, of course, if you log out, probably your character might stay behind for a few seconds or even minutes. I don't know. But I don't think that's going to be the biggest problem. You know, I'm trying to give this whole thing a bit of a structure, but it's very hard because I had notes, a lot of them, but obviously I cannot really use them right now. What else? Yeah, something I really like. They said there will be more focus on settlement building, and that's something I said that's something I like. I really do. I think it's a very good idea to put some more focus on sprinting.
I don't even want to.
Sprinting? Oh, sorry, I was confused. On base building. I like that. I know there's people who won't, but I do like it. I do like the whole base building thingy. And even better, with friends, base building is going to be even more fun. Especially if you have to... Oh my, it's a fat man. We cannot take that. There's no way we can take that with us. Oh, damn, I'm over encumbered. Is that why I cannot...
Hey.
So yeah, base building is going to be a focus, and they called it, and that I find very interesting, they called the whole game a survival, softcore survival, I think was the word used. And that, again, got mixed reactions from my side, because, for one, I think making it too hard will obviously turn people off. Yeah, I know. Obviously it will. But, on the other hand, making it too easy, that's not something I want out of my Fallout game. Because, oh Jesus, I think there's something wrong with me, so I cannot really carry much right now. That's kind of annoying. Let's just give him all that we can. Sure, like that. So, yeah, survival light. I don't know how I feel about that, because I personally would have wished for a more in-depth survival aspect, especially if the game is focusing on base building. Then especially I want more survival aspect, because then that's the moment it's gonna be important, right? That's the moment you want to have a big base. That's where you want to build giant cool outposts and whatnot for your security, if the survival aspect is bigger. If it's softcore survival and basically you can survive on like 1 or 2 apparatuses that you build, then why build more? So I don't know, I see somehow a conflict of interest, you know? Oh yeah, by the way, they said you can settle everywhere, which I know there is a mod that does the same in Fallout 4. But of course there's a problem, you can settle anywhere, but pretty much all the good locations are already taken in Fallout 4, obviously. Oh, we're gonna run away from these dogs, I don't want to fight them right now. So yeah, I don't know, why would I want to— oh no! Cotsworth! Jesus Christ! Kill him! No! Die! Die! Oh my god, I killed it. I fucking killed it. Oh! I'm so dead. Come on, Cots. We need to go. Jesus Christ, I need to fucking sleep. I need to go to Diamond City. I need to... oh. No! Why? Where is that pest? Now, if I would be in an online environment, there would be 100% sure there would be some kind of asshole that would snipe me. Better believe that. There's some dogs over there. That scares the shit out of me. Ugh. Yeah, I know. I am exhausted. I'm probably dying right now. I need some sort of mattress to sleep at. Ah, there's nothing to sleep at. Jesus Christ. I am basically dead at this point. I don't think I can really take too much stim packs. Let's try some water. And oh god, I think I'm all... am I hurt? Do I need to take a stim pack? Yeah, it's better this way. Oh, alright, I'm trying... let's try to get back for the discussion here. Alright. Yeah, I see a kind of a conflict between making the world big, making you able to settle everywhere, but if they say it's gonna be very easy survival, I don't see a reason to make big elaborate settlements. Even more so if there's gonna be other players on that server that's gonna do PvP and attack your settlements, right? Because that's of course a thing they said that would be a something you can do. Attack enemy players' settlements, get stuff from them, you know, loot their stuff, and that, I don't know, it can be very fun, for sure. But again, I like to build big, grand settlements. If I build settlements, they're big, they're pompous, and they look amazing. But, in my opinion, if you're on a server with a lot of people who try to raid your settlements, oh Jesus, wouldn't you rather... Oh wait, aren't there mines somewhere here? Oh, I'm so insecure right now. Master? I'm really insecure right now. Maybe there's some... No, we cannot get in here. Oh god. Even Cotsworth is gone. Great. But I think we're actually very close to home. I hope. Oh yeah, that's a church. Right. So yeah, in a survival scenario where people are going to raid your base, as I have known from, for example, Conan Exiles Online, or even Space Engineers multiplayer. You don't want a big, giant, pompous base, because that screams, hey, look at how much resources I have, please attack me. You want to have small, inconspicuous bases. Bases that people either don't see, or if they see them, they will ignore. And then you want to put traps in them, and I don't know. All that crazy stuff, but that's not how I like to build settlements, you know? I want to, as they said, reclaim the land and rebuild human settlements all over the place. I just don't know how I should feel about the whole thing. There's so many conflicts between what the game says it wants and what the game mechanics right now dictate that they want. To be fair, most of the game mechanics we've only seen small trailers and whatnot, but still, they kind of contradict themselves every once in a while. I don't know. It's...
Here it is.
Good job.
It's so weird.
Hope it didn't give you any trouble. Here's a little...
No.
I always want more tech, so believe me, I'll never run short of missions. Report back to me when you're ready to head out again.
Sure.
Affirmative.
That's what I like to hear. I marked the location on your map. Stay alert.
Ah, almost. Okay, so one more mission and we're actually done. Let's sleep for 10 hours. I think we need to sleep. I don't know. I mean, if you have a super cool mega big base, won't somebody just drop a nuke on it? I mean, apparently it's kind of hard to get a nuke because you need to find like activation codes all over the map and whatnot. Oh! I just apparently completed the mission. Semper Invicta. Oh, was that because I basically kind of reported back to Paladin Dance? I think I did. Alright, so that means... if we go to the perks... oops, I just eaten something. Armorer 2 is gonna hit the stage. Yes! Very nice. But we need to go to Diamond City. We are hurt as hell. We need a doctor. I think we need a doctor. We have some sort of illness. Wait, what? What? Huh? I have an additional perk? Apparently, I had a perk point I didn't spend yet. Wait, huh? How did that go? Okay, I think I'm gonna put it in Charisma then, because we also want to build up the old trader routes and whatnot. All right. So yeah. Oh yeah, talking about the nuke. Something I really like about the nuke's idea. And I mean, you can debate if it's smart to give players a weapon so powerful that they could basically delete somebody's space with. You can debate about that, but apparently what it does, it changes the environment, apparently. A little bit, at least. Hello, bridge that is not here. in the trailer they showed, it showed like where the new kid, it was all like fucked up, you know, the area looked very damaged. There was this very thick dust cloud in the air. There was more strong and mutated creatures. And yeah, oh yeah, by the way, the creatures that they showed in the trailers, they looked gorgeous. Absolutely cool. A lot of new kind of creatures. Some of them looked absolutely fantastic. There was like one thing that looked like a sloth, but like it walked on 2 legs and was really ripped and whatnot. Looked so cool. And a lot of the weapons as well. I mean, there was your standards, you know, the heavy machine guns, the shotguns and whatnot. But something cool that I spotted is there was a black powder, like a flintlock pistol. Like a one-shot kind of gun, you know, where you put the black powder in. He had like a little sack of black powder, put it in, then a metal ball. And then, yeah, it's like one of these one-shot. I think it's a flintlock. I'm not quite sure what the mechanism is actually called. But, you know, one of these. I like that. That's very cool. More variety of weapons, all for it. The enemies looked great. The environment looked cool. The building system, it looked still the same as Fallout 4. But, you know, if they even fixed it a little bit, made it a little bit more convenient, then it's already good. Because the Fallout 4 building system, it's not perfect. It has its flaws, definitely. But if they put more weight on base building, I'm sure they will have perfected it a little bit more, I guess. But of course, there's one big giant thing that I think might turn some people off, next to the multiplayer, obviously. And that is, what about mods? Because that now is a question of how is it going to be with the servers. Do they control what is on the server? Or do you? Because if it's your dedicated server, if you can say, I want this server, I pay, I don't know, a little fee per month for that server, and then I can decide whatever I put onto this. Then mods gonna be possible, but obviously they will cost because you need that server. Maybe I don't understand the whole server infrastructure thingy right, but that's how it sounds to me. But of course, the other, even worse option is that there is no mods.
A wide variety of medical treatment.
And that might turn some people off, in my opinion. I mean, tell me in the comments what you think about it.
Patch me up, Doc.
Go over your symptoms.
The biggest problem here is I don't have my notes with me, so I might have some things totally the wrong way. I might have forgotten some
Got
things.
roughed up.
I've seen worse. Better stitch you up before infection sets in, though.
But I don't know. I want to be excited, but yet I'm not quite there yet.
Stop. Now, was there anything else bothering you?
Nope. Thank you very much, sir. I really think this game, Fallout 76, could be groundbreaking. If they actually pull it off correctly, it could very well be one of the best games ever. And, you know, obviously, when I watched it the first time, I thought, oh no, it's going to be another, like an Elder Scrolls Online kind of thingy. That's not what it is. It's smarter. It's very much smarter. And they also said, you know, it's not going to be hundreds of players on one server. It's going to be a dozen or so. Because it's the apocalypse. It's not the amusement park, I think was the quote, as far as I know.
Deal.
Room 2
But
is yours.
yeah.
Enjoy.
I don't know. What do you guys think about Fallout 76 if you have seen the whole press conference? It's hard to say, right? And, oh yeah, obviously there's going to be a beta, which you can opt in by pre-ordering the game. I won't, because I haven't pre-ordered a game in like 3 or 4 years. I said to myself I'm never going to do that again, because I'm not going to pay for something I don't know what it is yet. That's just not how it works. I know some games are so good you want to pre-order them, but yeah. Also, I find it kind of weird that I have to pay you money to basically make your product better. So why should I pay money for that? I let other people beta test and then play the thing when it's ready. You know, I'm gonna watch people play beta test, obviously. But yeah, that's gonna be it for now. Guys, thank you so much for watching and hearing me rambling on about this. And yeah, see you next time. Take care.